Hello, Christine. Hey, AJ. Sorry, I had to cut off that last call. AJ, it's okay, no worries. Kristen, yeah, I'm just really glad that we are on the same page when it comes to our teaching techniques and ideas on. AJ, yeah, Kristen teaching. AJ, well, it's really exciting actually that we are kind of doing all this together. I think it's really great, Kristen. Oh, I agree. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Okay,
Hang on,
we can start with that. So, what does this mean? I had to cut off our last call.
cut off means talking on telephone is broken.
Good, yeah. It means broken. Sometimes our internet connection gets cut off
Yes.
during class. Um, yeah, that's if it gets cut off, but Kristen says I cut it off. I had to cut it off. So what does that
Uh,
mean? If a
but
person...
in this situation, Kristen uh, has to uh, cut the conversation because she said that I had to cut it.
Good, yeah. It just means she stopped it quickly.
Yes.
Yeah. If we're done talking, we've been talking for 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. I don't cut it off. But maybe my friend comes to the door. I say, oh, sorry, I have to go right now. Goodbye. Very quickly, then I'm cutting it off.
Yes.
Great. What does it mean if I cut off my arm?
Cut off my arm. Uh, is it an idiom?
Nope.
No, cut off my arm. It's obviously harming, cutting your arm, isn't it?
Yeah, I cut it so it's removed.
Yes.
If I cut my arm, it's different than if I cut it off. It's removed from my body.
Hmm.
That was it. Yeah. Sinan always says obviously. And sometimes he's wrong. Good. So the next one, what does this mean? We're on the same page.
On the same page, Christy said that agree with AJ, and he's she's they were sharing the same idea and the same way on about learning English, teaching English.
It usually means we're thinking the same way or we're talking about the same thing.
Hmm.
Actually, last year I watched two people talking for 20 minutes and they were arguing with each other, but they both were arguing about a different thing. They didn't realize they were talking about two things. Like one of them's talking about the weather being really bad and the other one thinks they're talking about politics. And I watched them fight for a long time, not knowing it was different topics. So they were not on the same page. So Sinan, where do you think this idiom comes from on the same page?
On the same page, I think like it's both of them are reading on the same novel and the same page.
Good, yeah. Or like in a class like this, for example.
Hmm.
We're all on the same page right now. We're reading page 1 of Conversation, Teaching Teacher Part 2. So everybody's thinking the same. We all understand what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Kind of doing this together. It's very exciting. Okay. Now, after this, Kristen says, our teaching techniques and ideas on ... AJ says, yeah, and then Kristen finishes, teaching. So Kristen was still talking, teaching techniques and ideas on teaching. That's what she wanted to say. but AJ says yeah in the middle. So we have a word for when people do this. When they start talking while you're still talking. Do you know what that word is?
Uh, interrupt?
Interrupt. Perfect. Yeah.
No.
Good. AJ interrupts Kristen. Awesome. Good. Actually, this happens a lot in these conversations, doesn't it? People are always interrupting.
Yeah.
Good. The rest of that is pretty simple, so I'm going to ask Nihan to read next.
Yes, Kristen, oh, I agree. Yeah, it's very exciting. AJ, I think it is exciting for the too. I think it's just exciting that we are making all this great stuff for for students because as a language learner myself, I'm very frustrated. I think that is one thing that has motivated me to be a better teacher and improve always as a teacher and make the lessons really good is because my own language learning efforts have been so frustrating.
Okay.
Christine, okay.
Yeah, maybe just do one more by AJ.
Kristen AJ, and I saw such a difference. Like, for example, Spanish. I learned Spanish in the traditional way in school, so I'm just all. I have always struggled with it.
Great. Yeah, Kristen says again. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think we talked about that yesterday. Okay. I think it's because as a language learner myself, I'm very frustrated. What is frustrated?
Frustrated. How to say? Make me upset.
Good, yeah. Is there a difference between frustrated and upset?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Sinan, do you know?
Frustrated, like near boring. Boring?
The difference, frustrated means usually like you're upset because you're stressed or you're overwhelmed. Like he's finding learning so difficult, he's getting really stressed and very overwhelmed with the difficulties of learning, so he's frustrated. I can be upset about anything. Someone gave me the wrong coffee at Starbucks. I'm upset. But I'm not frustrated. If I get the wrong coffee every day for a week, then I get frustrated because this is a continuing problem that's making me stressed.
For example, waiting for something for a long time, is it make me frustrated or upset?
You could use both, for sure, because you've waited for such a long time that you're starting to get stressed and this continuing feeling. So frustrated is correct for that. But if you said upset, that's fine too. Frustrated is just more specific than upset.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like what you were asking yesterday about consequences and results.
Yes.
Yeah. Lots of times you can use result and consequence the same, but there are times you can use result that you can't use consequence.
Yes, I was glad if you use only one word for this. A lot of word is difficult to learn. The vocabulary is difficult.
Yeah, it can be difficult because sometimes we want to put more meaning in one word.
Yeah.
So when we use frustrated, we add that meaning. You see, it's not just today, one time. It's continuing, and it's stressful.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there is uh, difference between them. There is a nuance there, but it is difficult to find the right one when you need it.
Good, exactly. Yeah, there is a nuance. And it's best not to always try and understand all the rules of the words, but you're just gonna, I'm explaining them to you, but you're gonna keep using them in English, and you're gonna know when you're using the right word from just hearing the language. So if you don't understand it completely, don't worry, because you're just gonna pick that up as you keep using it.
Yeah, it is what I do.
Perfect. Great. Back to Nihan.
Yes.
Next, AJ says, I think that's the one thing that has motivated me too. Okay. What motivated him? And what did it motivate him to do?
Being a better teacher.
Okay. So being a better teacher motivated him, or he was motivated to be a better teacher?
To a better teacher, yes.
Awesome. Good. So that was the second question. And what motivated him to be a better teacher?
Mm. Mm. The method of learning a foreign language.
Good, yeah. Actually, specifically, it's his difficulties learning a language. He says he's
Yes.
learning a language himself. I think it's Spanish. So he sees how difficult it is, he gets frustrated, and it makes him want to teach better
Mm-hmm.
because he can understand the difficulties of his students.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now, Nihan, why does he say this? Motivated me to be a better teacher, and improve and improve. Why does he say improve twice?
Mm. Gives a strong meaning. Stronger. Meaning goes stronger.
Good. Do you know what the difference is?
It's a continuing process. Improving his himself is a continue process.
Perfect, exactly. That's exactly right. Good. When else do we use this structure, like improve and improve?
Improve and improve.
Not with improve. Like, for
Imp-
example, I
Improve,
say,
get better.
yeah, better and better, right?
Better and better, yes.
Yeah, they're getting better and better, constantly getting better over time. Cell phones are getting better and better. They don't get better, then worse, then better again. Not like Windows. They're always getting better. Yeah, Windows, I think Windows 7 was good, then Windows 8 was bad, and then Windows 10 is a little better. Metin, you agree? Yeah. So better and better means always better. Great. Like Spanish. Okay, now I'm going to jump down to AJ's next lines. He says, I learned Spanish in the traditional way in school. What does he mean there, in the traditional way?
There's a technique which is used usually and comes from the past, and he used English in this way.
Perfect, exactly.
Like the past decades.
Yeah, exactly. He means that probably just learning from textbooks, and the teacher gives you vocabulary and gives you tests, and you have to do the activities. This is the traditional way of teaching a language. Exactly. And he says, I've always struggled with it. What does that mean?
Struggle, be difficulty in, have difficulty in.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Good. Okay. Metin?
Jory, before this, I have to say this. Do you know in Turkey, in middle school and the college, lise, we have nearly over 600 hours study English in 6 years. But I think that it's enough for over 500 hours to learn enough English for being an engineer. But those 600 hours is totally crap.
Total crap.
Crap. Because of this traditional way, we have learning nearly nothing. We can say, oh, only my name is this. What is your name? All of this. Very upset, isn't it, Nihan and Metin? Do you think that?
Nihan, Metin, do you agree with Sinan?
Yes, I was a student at Anatolian High School. I have learned English for 7 years. Yes, and the preparation class.
Okay, I said only for the government schools, not special college.
Government school. I'm graduated from government school. Yes.
Yes.
But the education system was destroyed by the government, unfortunately. I am the last student graduated from Anatolian high schools because Anatolian high schools aren't started from primary school.
Yeah.
I went Anatolian school from primary school when I am 11 years old. I was 11 years old. But now students go to Anatolian school at 16 or 15 years old.
Yeah.
No, I agree with Sinan. I think that teaching out of the textbooks and giving vocabulary lists and these things, maybe it's the best way if you have a group of 30 or 40 people, but English or any language should be taught in smaller groups, I think. At most, like 8 people. And you need to practice speaking and listening constantly. If you just read these books, you can do well on the test, but then you forget it and you can't use the language. In my opinion. Yeah, I agree with Sinan. I think they use this method because the classes are too large. But it doesn't work very well.
Maybe, but the method is so stupid.
The method's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too. In Canada, they make us learn French in grade 2, 3, and 4. And I speak no French. We study it for 3 years, but you're so small and they use this method and you learn nothing. Yeah, it was a waste of my time, but I wasn't busy when I was that small, so I don't care too much. Yeah, okay. Let's have Metin read now.
Oh, before I read, can I disclose some idea about education? Okay, thanks. To my mind, in the cultures, in the societies, having large power distance, and such operative governments, education is a kind of dilemma. I would say education has some contradictions. Why? When you educate people, naturally it is the duty of government, but your citizens will want more and more, and they need more
Weak.
explanation. So it is better to keep them uneducated. In such
Yeah,
countries,
very logical.
yes, in such countries, this is the solution of government.
So they can easy control them.
The
Yes,
citizens.
this
Yes.
is the natural result. So
Yeah.
not only in English, in every title
Country.
or in every subject of education, we have this. Don't ask, don't know,
Very
etc.
much.
You know, this is just for such cultures or such civilizations. Maybe later on it should be evaluate, evaluation.
Evaluating.
Evaluated. Ah, yes, yes,
Evaluate.
evaluated. Good. Yeah, this is definitely true, Metin. I think it's been used throughout history to. It's easier to control a population that's less educated.
Yes, it was the same for Europe. Now, okay, they have a good civilization level, but in 10th century or 11th century, they hunted many women as witches, as claiming they were witches, something, you know.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, I don't think that you will find any university professors or doctors or engineers that are supporting Donald Trump.
Nothing to say.
This is just fascinating news for me. Anyways, yes, yes.
I will keep reading.
Okay.
Okay. So, I think Kristen says, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But then Tomoyo just started learning Spanish. I mean, she's just a low beginner. She had zero Spanish. I mean, she's Japanese. They don't learn Spanish in Japan. But she took this 4-day intensive uh, course using the storytelling technique. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, the same on we use. Yeah, and I couldn't believe how much she learned in 4 freaking days. It was amazing.
Okay. All right. So we have Tomoe highlighted. It seems to me like this is the girl's name. Sinan, what does it say in your paper about this? Tomoe.
Japanese name.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, so this is just a Japanese name. Okay, she's just a low beginner. She had zero Spanish. I don't know. I think, what does zero Spanish mean, Metin?
Before starting this learning facility, she has no Spanish.
Good. Yeah, exactly. There's a slight difference. When we say no Spanish, you can mean really low, but zero is more specific. It's like nothing, nothing.
Maybe she knows only the name of Spanish. Okay, Spanish.
Yeah. Most of the time when I teach beginners, they know some English. I mean, everybody knows some English, I think. It's hard to avoid. But zero English would be, I have to teach, my name is.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. What does this mean, intensive?
Intensive, okay. Okay. You squeeze many subjects in education in a few days, in very limited time. So it is intensive.
Good. Yeah. Usually, like an intensive course, you will have lots of hours in a small number of days. Like this is a 4-day intensive course, so maybe they study for 8 or 10 hours every day for 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah. What does intense mean? Intense.
Oh, well, I have no idea about this. Just I can Google.
No, no, no.
Okay, I have no information.
Does anyone know intense?
No.
Intense, intense traffic. There are much more cars.
Good. Yeah. Intense means like extreme.
Extreme, yes.
It's the same as what we studied yesterday, hardcore. You could say intense instead of hardcore. Very extreme methods. So in intensive course, you're doing extreme methods of learning English, pushing so much into such a small time. It's more difficult. Okay. What do you think this means, frickin'?
Freaking. I think it has a meaning something very busy or very forcing.
Okay.
Something.
Does anybody have another guess?
Yes, I think
Horrify.
Horrifying?
Yes.
Sinan?
I think it is a polite version of fucking.
Yeah, Sinan's right.
The other meaning is horrifying, freaking.
It's just like
The other meaning is horrifying, freaking.
freaking. No, not really. It's like what before we said oh my gosh instead of oh my god because we make it milder. Yeah, this is a way that you can, if you're very intent on saying the word Sinan mentioned, but you actually aren't going to say it because of the people you're around, you can say this one. Frickin' or freaking. Or anything else you want to say that sounds like it. People will understand. Like
Polite version.
yeah. Yeah. I used to work in construction and we would just invent new words like this every day. Yeah, okay. I think that's all for there. Sinan, can you read next?
Yes, my turn.
I didn't understand. What's the meaning of freaking? I didn't understand, sorry.
It is shame.
Huh?
The meaning is fucking.
Okay.
Except you don't want to say that, so you say this one.
Okay.
Polite version.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good.
Very good.
Okay.
Kristen laughed. AJ. And then we went down to Guatemala for 2 weeks and by the end of that 2 weeks he was speaking. I'd say easier, more easily, flowing more than me. I mean, I had a bigger vocabulary just because I have so much more experience, but she was speaking with more ease. You know, I was speaking slowly. I was thinking all the time about grammar rules still. I didn't want to. I know it's not good, but it is kind of like those things are stuck in my head. Christian, right. AJ, sorry, Christian. Yeah, AJ, was amazing to see her after 4 days classes and then 2 weeks in Guatemala, and it's just starting to come out, and I'm just like, oh my God, whoa.
Okay, great. Uh, so back to the start. He says she was speaking easier, more easily. What does that mean?
Uh, Before this course, she's uh, she speak she was speaking with difficulty. Uh, she she couldn't she couldn't speak English well, but after this course she can speak uh, less with less effort.
Good, yeah. So flowing more?
Flowing,
Good.
uh,
This is the
flow,
same.
flowing word. Uh, I think this flow means uh, more fluently.
Fluency, yeah, exactly. What does flowing mean? What flows?
Flow means the water falls.
Yeah, or the water moves. Like
Yes,
water flows in a
flows.
river. Yeah. And so it's talking like the water, it's the words coming out of the mouth. They're just flowing out like water. They're just sliding along out of her mouth.
Also in Turkish we use same.
Oh, you use the same word.
Yeah.
Okay. What does this mean? I had a bigger vocabulary?
Because vocabulary, so she has more uh, more verb. Uh, in
Good. Yeah, I guess that's not so difficult. He knows more words than she
more
does,
verb.
but she can speak more fluently. Good. And I think AJ doesn't seem very fluent because he says, I was speaking slowly. I can't. He just keeps cutting off his own words.
I think AJ is uh, how can I say this? A man so I can't find the word is hyperactive. He's
Hyperactive,
yeah, hyperactive.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. It seems like AJ doesn't have much fluency even in English. And then at the very end, AJ says, those things are stuck in my head. What does that mean?
Those things are stuck in my hand. Grammar rules. In the additional way he has to memorize a lot of things, and he has to stuck in your head uh, uh, for doing the old method is like stucking a lot of things in head, but you cannot find the right one easily.
Good, yeah, it's like it's permanently in your head.
Yes.
Exactly. It's like Do you know the word instinct?
Instinct means no.
Animals have instinct. You don't teach a bird how to fly. The bird jumps out of the nest and starts flying. It's not something they learn, it's instinct. They do it instantly. Like walking is instinct for people now. You don't think about walking, you just walk. Your feet just move, you don't have to think. So these grammar rules have become like instinct to him. He doesn't want to calculate the sentences, but he can't stop doing it. So this method is stuck in his head. It's like instinct. That's what it means here.
Stuck, stucken, stuck, verb 3. What is stuck? Verb 3 form. What is the verb 3 form?
I have stuck. We say stuck. I have stuck. Had stuck. Yeah,
Stuck,
is
stuck.
2 and 3.
Ah, okay.
Stuck in. No, there's no stuck in. Stuck, stuck. Stick, stuck,
Okay.
stuck. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Stuck with A.
No,
Verb 1, A.
I.
Oh, okay.
If you say it with an A, that's stack. That means put things on top of each other like this.
Okay. Okay.
Good. You can also talk about a memory being stuck in your head. Like especially if you saw something horrible. I was walking in the forest and I saw a dead body, and that image is stuck in my head. I can never forget that. It burned into my brain. Okay. And my last question for Sinan. You read AJ. AJ says she's just starting. It's just starting to come out. In the last one, AJ says it's just starting to come out. What does that mean?
Come on. Is it to come out of the door and you can handle all of the problems in the city with foreigners, isn't it?
Come out of the door?
Yes, talking with people.
Oh, actually, it's much simpler. In this story, he's saying the words are just starting to come out of her mouth. It's the same as what we talked about before. They're flowing out. 2 weeks in Guatemala, and yeah, this was confusing because he said, she's just start, and then he changed it. It's just starting to come out. He means the words.
Words come out.
Yeah, the words.
Okay.
Okay. Sinan, do you know what it means if a person comes out?
Comes out.
I say my friend John just came out yesterday.
Came out. No, sorry.
No? Metin, do you know?
Okay. Can you repeat again?
Came out. Come out.
Come out. Okay.
Are you Googling?
No. My hands up. What do you ask about come out?
What does it mean? If I say my friend John just came out yesterday.
Your friend came out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging, something like that. Go out. Come out. He came he met and came. He met with you and came for a fun, something like that.
Ah, that makes sense. It's part of, there's a longer phrase, came out of the closet. Does anyone know that?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, if I'm just telling you this because if you use the word come out on a person, it means came out of the closet, which means when someone is hiding, when someone is homosexual, a gay person, it's when they tell everybody they're gay. When they stop hiding that. Like usually gay people won't tell everybody they're gay. They will try and hide that they're gay. And then sometimes one day they'll say, okay, I'm gay. This is the truth. If they do that, they come out of the closet.
Something disclose or announcing.
Announce, yeah.
Like something suddenly appear. Like a isn't it?
No, it's like, do you know the Big Bang Theory? This TV show?
Yes.
Yes? You know the guy, Sheldon, the really
Yes.
tall one? Yeah. I think 2 years ago, he won his award, and he said, I'm gay. People didn't know he was gay, and then he said this, and now everybody knows. So when he said that, he came out of the closet.
Came out.
Came out of the closet. Closet,
Yeah.
closet. İfşa etmekmiş.
Yeah, but you can
İfşa
also
etmek.
just say come out or came out. That means you tell people you're gay. So be careful not to just use these words by themselves. If you say I came out yesterday, people will say, oh, congratulations or something. They will think you are gay if you say this.
Is it the same meaning in AJ's sentence?
No,
No.
because he's talking about words.
What was the came out in this?
In this one, the words come out of her mouth.
Words.
Yeah, he started to say she just, and if he left it like she just came out, then it would mean she said she's gay. But he changed it to it just started to come out. So then that's okay.
Confess? Is the confess same? Come out of the closet?
Confess?
Confess. Confess.
No, confess means you tell people that you did something wrong, like a crime.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe somebody broke my window, and 2 days later my friend says, okay, it was me, I broke the window. Then he confesses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you use confess we don't use that with gay people, because that's like for a crime or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, oh, where were we? Here we are. Okay, Nihan, can you read next?
Mm-hmm. Kristen, oh, you never told me about. Yeah, you never told me about this. AJ, yeah, it's pretty cool. Kristen, so she wouldn't be stressed at all. It would just kinda come automatically. AJ, right, exactly. And I think that is the main thing too. It's just like emotionally, it's so different to learn with, the effortless system. Because you just feel so much more relaxed and enjoy it more, like I was stressed. Kristen, AJ, because I learned this traditional way, I have tried to take a different approach, but by just listening. But I have a lot of that old method to overcome, and
Okay, that's cool. We definitely know what cool means, so it would just kind of come automatically. What does that mean?
come automatically without control.
Good. What comes automatically?
Mm, what comes automatically? Our eyes movement automatically.
Good. Yeah, I mean in the story.
Huh. Okay. Uh, I should read the dialogues first. I know totally about maybe words.
Words. Yeah,
Yes.
perfect. Good. So then AJ says, with this effortless system, is is Sinan gone? Is this effortless English that we're using?
I'm here.
Oh, Sinan, you're here?
Yes, but I didn't.
On your papers, does it say effortless English?
No.
Oh, real English conversations. At the top.
Yes, real English conversation. Effortless English is AJ's link.
Good.
Right.
I think that the people who make these conversations are company Effortless English. So I think they're just advertising their product in the conversations.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Nihan, what does effortless mean?
Effortless without any try.
Perfect. Yeah, you don't have to try. It's not difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Tried to take a different approach. Okay, and then at the end, AJ says, but I have a lot of that old method to overcome. So what does that mean, overcome?
Overcome. Mm. Obstacles overcome, be successful about difficulties.
Perfect. Yeah, you overcome obstacles. You're
Yes.
successful. You beat them. Exactly. And mostly in British English, in the United Kingdom, overcome can mean pass. Like my car's driving, the other car overcomes me. They drive faster and go ahead of me. In North America, we don't use it that way so much, but in Britain, it can be used like that. Okay, Metin, can you read next?
It really is. I remember, who was it? It was David Long, I think, in Thailand. He used to talk about, that traditional language teaching methods, they are not only ineffective, they actually damage you. You know, they create damage that you have to then heal, and it takes time to. If you have learned with traditional methods for a long time, it takes time to sort of undo that, right? You have got to go and use this kind of effortless system for a while so you can forget all that old crap.
Great. This is awesome. So you have to use the effortless system. That's the only one. Oh, wow. Okay. So at the start, AJ says, it really is, I remember who was it? Why does he say who was it?
Just he is asking himself. Just he
Perfect.
try to remember.
Good, yeah. We say this asking ourselves sometimes. Awesome. Good. What is ineffective?
Ineffective, useless.
Good, yeah. It's maybe a little less strong than useless, but exactly. They don't work well. Perfect. And then he says they actually damage you. What does this mean, damage someone?
Okay. Damage. Uh, of course, here it is not a physical damage, but damage in learning process.
Good, yeah, like they make a problem in your brain, kind of. Exactly, good. And then he says they create that damage that you have to then heal. What does heal mean?
Heal, return to healthy situation before your damage.
Good, okay. And then it takes time to sort of undo that. What does undo mean?
Undo mean here, okay, something is damaging you, so you have to heal it. And healing process is undoing the damaging effects.
Good, yeah. Undo in general? What does undo in general mean?
Undo is cleaning the effects of recently performed actions.
Good, exactly, yeah. Whatever you do, you undo it backwards.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then we learned that you have to use the effortless system. That's the only way. No other system can possibly fix this. Everything else is horrible. God, we're so lucky, guys. We used the right system, thank God.
Now we'll listen to advertisements.
Great. And old crap. I think we talked about crap yesterday. Yeah. So that's good. All right. Sinan, can you read next?
Yes. Kristen, AJ, I can see that, certainly my Spanish improved some as I started to focus on just listening and tried to forget about the grammar rules. It definitely was better than in high school or college or university. Kristen, AJ, but still compared to Tomao, who has only used the effortless method, it is amazing she to see her. It was pretty cool. Kristen, I'm sure you have seen as well in the classroom. I know I have students themselves struggling with it because you are saying you have seen it with yourself, with it in yourself, but trying to overcome the old ways that we have been taught.
Taught.
Taught.
Great. Okay. So at the start, AJ says, I started to focus on. What does focus mean? Focus on.
Uh, see that French include some uh, to uh, focus on this condensed on this method.
Good. Condense what?
Condensed only listening.
Good. It means, yeah, condense. You can still do speaking, reading, and writing. But if you focus on listening, you put the most of your efforts on listening,
Hmm.
right?
Condense it on listening.
Yeah, you
Concentrate.
condense your efforts in this one. Great. Condense was a good word. When else do we use focus on? It's not always for condensing your efforts. What else can it be for?
Sorry, one more, Jory.
Here you're focusing your efforts on listening,
Yes.
right? What else can we focus? Not just efforts, but
We can focus. Another meaning of the focus we are
yeah.
asking. For example, on taking photos on the machine.
You're focusing. Oh, you focus the camera.
Camera, yes.
Yeah, okay, good. But what I mean is I can focus my vision or my hearing.
Mm.
I can see many things, but I'm reading this sign, so my eyes focus on the sign. They narrow on just the sign.
Yes.
I ignore the other things and think about only the sign. Or many people are talking, and I hear many things, but I focus on what you're saying. This is what I want to understand in my brain. That's what I was trying to ask. Good. It was definitely better than da da da. And then here we have another advertisement for the effortless system, which is lovely. Okay, yeah. And then I want to jump down again, because there's not much in here, right? We understand all of this, don't we? Kristen says, because you were saying you've seen it within yourself. What does that mean? Seen it within yourself. Seen it with yourself. Or sorry, within yourself, yeah.
Seen it, seen, uh, uh, it's difficult, Jory. Uh,
Yeah, this is a difficult question, isn't it?
yeah.
But I knew you could handle it, Sinan. I'm like, Sinan can handle this.
Really?
Yeah.
I think sitting with yourself, uh, you you have lived this. You have lived these methods, and you can feel with your improving, with your progress of English level in yourself,
Good.
isn't it?
Well, I saw something within Sinan that I knew he would be able to answer the question. Yeah, it means the way I would describe this, you you see something about another person or yourself, you realize something that you can't know from just looking at them. Like I see within myself that I'm an angry person or I have a problem with this. Yeah, you realize a deeper quality about a person. Like I saw something in you. I knew you would be able to handle this challenge. I see a quality in you that you can handle this.
Hmm.
I can't see it with my eyes, but I can realize it from talking to you maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah. Good. And I think that's it for there. So Nihan, can you read next?
AJ, oh yeah, the you know most problems are psychological. Christine, yeah. AJ, you know, when like if the students in my classes, the biggest challenge for me, it's like, you know, the method I know it works, and it's got all this research. I no doubt about it, but the problem, the challenge is to get the students to accept it, to change their mentality and relax, and just, you know, really believe me. Forget your grammar books. The student who would do that, who would just have a kind of a leap of faith, you know, and say, okay, I'm gonna believe AJ. I'm gonna try these methods. They would learn so fast. And the ones who struggled were the ones who just couldn't do it. You know, they were like, no, but I have to study grammar. And they would just keep Kristen forcing it.
Great.
AJ, yeah.
That's good. Okay. The method, I know it works. Got all the research. No doubt about it. What does that mean? No doubt about it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's certain, right? Good. Getting the students to accept it. Good. To change their mentality. What does that mean?
Change a way of their and thinking, a way of their thinking.
Perfect. Yeah, change the way they think. Exactly. Forget your grammars. They would just have to take a leap of faith. What does that mean? A leap of faith. Any idea?
No,
No? What is faith?
faithful, faith. Belief.
Belief. Perfect. Good. And what is leap?
No, I don't know.
Who knows leap?
Leaf is on tree.
Oh,
I don't
leaf.
know.
Leaf. That's with an F. Yeah.
Yeah, leaf.
Metin, do you know leap?
Leap, it's a term used in races. Races, not race, contests, sport contests. First leap, second leap.
Oh, that's lap.
Lap.
That's L-A-P.
Okay. So
Okay. Leap actually just means jump.
jump.
It's usually like a far jump. He ran and leaped. Yeah, so leap is jump. So we have a jump of belief, a leap of faith. So Nihan, do you want to guess what that might mean?
Change their mentality.
Change their...
Change their like some students know believes in traditional methods. This AJ önermek. They change. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Metin, do you want to try? Leap of faith? You're on mute.
If a student follow the conventional learning methods, according to AJ, it has a fate. It has a learning trend, something like that. And if the student uh, tries the AG method, it has a jump on that lane, on that. So a leap of faith, a, a huge increase in the path, on the path, something like
Okay. A leap of faith, it means like I'm gonna jump because I trust you, because I believe you.
that.
So the students are scared of the effortless system, the new system, because everybody always uses the old system. So he wants them to try the new system just because they trust him. It's like, for example, if I say, okay, Metin, we need to fix the light switch, the light bulb, right? Now, if I turn this one switch off, you can use the screwdriver, it won't electrocute you. Okay, you're scared of getting electrocuted, but you do it because you trust me, because I say it's okay, so you take a leap of faith.
Ah,
You do something scary just because you trust someone.
trust. Okay.
Or sometimes it means because you trust God, like a faith in God. You know, I had to run and jump. I had no choice. So I just put my trust in God and I took a leap of faith. That's if you don't have another subject. Like you could say I took a leap of faith. You just jumped and hoped it would be okay.
Ah,
So if there's no person subject, it means God. Okay. Study grammar, and they would just keep. Ah, good. Nihan, last question. At the end, he says they would just keep forcing it. What does that mean? What is forcing something?
Forcing something. Spend effort to do something.
Good.
Spending effort to do something. Force.
Yeah, usually when you force something, you're making a thing or a person do something they don't want to do. Like, I don't know, this big ball won't fit in the bag, but I'm just pushing it in the bag. I'm forcing it in. It doesn't fit nicely. I'm making it do something it doesn't want to do. The bag's not supposed to hold it. I'm forcing it in. Or if I make a person do something they don't want to do, I'm forcing them. Like I need someone. I say I need you to rob this bank for me. You say no, I'm not going to rob the bank for you. Okay, then I'll tell everybody about your this bad thing you did. That's blackmail, and I'm forcing you to rob the bank now. I'll tell everybody you were cheating or you stole money from this person or something. So you have to do what I want. Okay, Metin, can you read next?
they would come to my class, but they would keep forcing it. They would keep using their grammar books. They keep trying to memorize vocabulary, and they would learn so slowly. Yeah. And then they would be frustrated because they would be asking me, why am I learning slowly? And compared to other students who were learning so much faster. And I will tell them every time, it's because you keep using these old methods. Forget it. Right.
All right. Well, we can stop for a second. I don't think there's anything too difficult in here. But why did, what does AJ mean here? It's because you keep using these old methods, you know, forget it. What is AJ talking about?
Because of you keep using. Since the students continue to learn using the old method, which are not effortless. They learn the language very slowly. So forget all of these methods, old methods, and trust me.
Trust me. Good. Yeah, they're trying to translate grammar. I think that's what he's saying.
Mm.
They're trying to just understand the grammar. They're not trying to just let the words flow and speak naturally. And that's why they're not learning quickly. This is basically what he's saying here. Why am I learning so slowly? You're using the old methods. You're trying to memorize vocabulary and translate grammar, and it's making you slower. Okay. Metin, can you read a little more?
But it's a it's a psychology. I think, you know, it's not just a method that people have to have a psychological change. Yeah, to succeed with this method. Well, it's very fitting that you have named your lessons effortless. Effortless English.
Okay. Effortless English. Awesome. So what does AJ mean? To have a psychological change.
Uh, okay, changing your behavior is a psychological process. Yeah.
People have to have a psychological change. Must have a psychological change.
Okay, people trying to learn a secondary language should change their way of learning to effortless one. So the changing their methods is a psychological process that I understand from the sentence.
Good. Yeah, it's like I asked Nihan. I can't remember what the phrase was I just asked her before, but she said they need to change their way of thinking. A mental
Mental
something. Mental change?
something, yes. Mental
Change their mentality. Yeah.
changing their mentality.
This is the same. They need to have a psychological change. Change the way they think.
I think it is not always psychological. Psychological is something deeper.
Not always okay. That's true. They need to study and make different efforts as well, right? Okay, and Metin, what does this mean? It's very fitting. What does fitting mean here?
It's okay. It's very fitting. It's very suitable. It's a good coincidence, something like that.
Perfect. Awesome. Great. Okay. Sinan,
Yes.
what does the word fit mean? F-I-T.
It means uh, in inform being being informed.
Being informed?
Yes.
Ah,
For example, for a sportsman, being fit, being in form.
in form. Ah, in shape. We say in shape.
Yeah.
Good, like healthy or strong,
Yes.
like this. Good. What else can fit mean as a verb? Does anyone know another meaning for fit?
Clothes
Clothes,
fit me.
yeah.
Clothes, shoes.
Good, yeah. If your clothes fit, what does that mean?
It's for my size.
Perfect.
The
Yeah, it's the
clothes.
right size. Good. So when we're talking about the name fits, the name is fitting, it's like clothes. It's the right name for this system. Because it's so easy to learn English with effortless English that this is a perfect name for this excellent premium product, as we just heard about. Okay, Sinan, can you read to the end?
Okay. AJ, it's hard to get that across because people are taught that that they always need to have effort and struggle. Yeah, AJ, I get people to relax. That's maybe the big challenge for us as teachers. This is right. Well, hey, I got they get ready to go to work. So tell tomorrow I said hello and I will talk to you later. Okay, will do. And yeah, talk to you later. Listen, okay, bye, AJ, bye.
Done. Okay. I don't think it's hard to get that. What does that mean? It's hard to get that across.
Uh, it's hard to get crossing the or changing the method is a tough issue.
Changing the method is tough.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a different answer? When you get something across. Nihan?
Mm, get across.
Get
Mm,
something across.
get something across. It fits me. I love this idea.
Uh,
I think so.
if I say it's hard to get my point across, it means it's hard to make people understand.
Mm,
It's hard to get my idea across. Make people understand it. That's what it means. Okay, and the rest of this I think is easy. Big challenge. Get ready to go to work. Okay, so I think that's good. Are there any questions?
no, thank you.
Sinan has one, I think, but he's on mute.
No, Jory, I say thank you.
Oh, okay. All right, no
Good night.
problem.
See you
Good night.
next week.
See you next week. Goodbye.
See you next week. Thank you. Have a nice week.
You too, Vincent.